We got Gatlib here. Gatlib, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're running his line today, and we thought he was going to about get skunked, but came over here to a Weasel box, and that is the first real Weasel I've ever seen. He's got sticking in a box there, so take it out for us. I'm curious. He caught several yesterday. Look at that, isn't that cool? Got a rat trap in there, Weasel box. That is so cool. Well, they're not very big, are they?
No.
They're not very big. That is so cool. Short tail weasel. Just got a big rat trap in a box.
They hurt when they snap you.
When they snap you. So location-wise, we're just down here in this kind of boggy bottom ground, and he's just setting that box right in a culvert. About as simple as it gets. And that is cool. There you go, sir. It's the first weasel I've ever seen. That's cool. All right, y'all, if you're like me and you enjoy being in the fur shed just as much as you enjoy being out on the line, check out A&J Skinning Machines. Based in Iowa, ships to all the lower 48 states, has some great options for skinning machines. Super heavy duty products. If you're in the market for something to save you a little space in your fur shed, maybe you've got some ceiling restrictions, check out the roller skinning machine option from A&J. His products simply can't be beat, and he's a great supporter of this giveaway. Check him out. We're back. We are here in, we're gonna call it northern Wisconsin. To me, it's northern. Anyway,
Northeast Wisconsin.
Northeast Wisconsin. No. Anyway, we're back here with Gatlib, and he's the winner of the giveaway. So I drove up here last night, and you said this is your second year trapping, and we ran your line today, and I've kind of toured your fur shed. We'll show you guys that later. But you would have me pegged that you've been doing this for years. Like, no, I'm dead serious. Like, you got it figured out. All right, checking weasel boxes again. Look at that. We saw tracks as we rolled out. We said, oh, there's tracks coming through, and looky there, weasel box. So if you would, take that weasel out and then kind of explain what you got going, because this is kind of a northern thing. We definitely don't have them.
So I just take a Q-tip and put some stinky stuff on there, and got some chicken liver, and then I got some weasel bait on weasel lure on some steel wool in there, and sheep wool, and so then I just make the boxes up and put a little hole in the back, and so they can kind of look in there too on both sides and see through, and so that's just like a dog ear fence.
Oh, just a fence slat is all.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And,
so you're just building these just straight out of fence slats. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. So it's a 6-footer, and basically 1 6-footer equals this box.
That's cool. Big rat trap in the middle. And...
Yep. So, you know, I buy the cheapest hinge I could find at Menards, and
yeah.
And well, I seen it where people smear the stuff on and on the hole and everything else, but I just put a Q-tip on top, and kind of keeps me from becoming really stinky.
Oh, for sure.
There he is.
There's your weasel.
Hey, my name is Mike Mancini. I'm a state farm agent. I serve all of Wisconsin and Illinois, and I love to hunt and fish, but I also really love to trap. I love to take my family with me. Those are some of our best memories with my wife and my 3 little girls. And if your current insurance professional doesn't understand your passions and your hobbies, maybe it's time to call and get a quote from somebody who does. My number is 608-325-6073. Thanks, and I look forward to hearing from you.
All right, so we're back in the truck, and this is kind of your road line, if you will, to kind of fill in between spots where you walk in. I'll just kind of show. So what you're basically doing is we're just driving down through here, and you're hitting every culvert basically with a Weasel box.
Yeah.
And kind of breaking up the monotony of it. I'll keep the camera rolling, but you're just gonna jump out real quick, check your Weasel box. Like I said, this is just a real timbery road, and check his Weasel box there. And nothing in that one, but you're in and out that quick. And yeah, it's cool. So kind of fill in the blanks in between sets, but nothing in that one. There definitely could be something in the next one. All right, y'all, so what did you think about that? I think that was super cool. Let me tell you, the guy for a second-year trapper has got his stuff together. You know, I was very impressed. He really had it going on. So anyway, like I said, that weasel trapping thing is cool, especially, you know, to me, because I've seen one around here, but we just don't have the population. So, you know, it was just cool because really simple to fill things in, you know, kind of in between your sets of your line. And like I said, it was pretty straightforward. We were just running around, basically hitting all the culverts, you know, because in Wisconsin you can trap right away. So it was very interesting. So real quick, I wanted to show you all, we didn't have time up there, you know, we had other things we were doing, but I wanted to show you all kind of how put together these weasel boxes. So I've made these in the past as well. Like I said, I've always tried. So if you don't have weasels, you know, these are great for catching squirrels too. You know, anything's gonna go in there if you got problems like that around your house. So it's not just limited just to weasels. All right, if you were to ask me to name one tool that can cut literal years off your trapping learning curve, I would tell you to get a Spypoint Flex game camera. The ability to record video, audio, along with quality pictures, all from an app on your phone. I mean, you set this thing, you don't have to go get it until the batteries go dead, right? Being able to understand the critters that you're trapping will lessen your learning curve immensely. And these Spypoint Flex game cameras, I mean, it's a no-brainer. They're a great supporter of this giveaway. Go check them out. All right, so real quick, I thought I'd share with you kind of how to put together one of these weasel boxes. Didn't have time with Gallup. He, you know, we had other things going on, but I wanted, since you know, we showed so much of the weasel trap, and I wanted to show you kind of, you know, how to go about putting one of these together. It's a great kind of family project if you want to do that. But yeah, they're super simple. So what I have here, this is a 6-foot cedar fence picket. So like 5.5 inches wide, about 5/8 thick. These things are pretty cheap, and it's cedar, so it's gonna last, you know, for several years anyway. But yeah, you can pick them up for $3 or $4. So what we've got here is, I'll show you kind of the measurements that we're gonna use here for this picket. Pretty straightforward here. So anyway, what we've got is we're gonna basically turn this whole picket into a box, so we're not gonna have, you know, any waste. So real quick, we're gonna use the picket part. It's kind of, you know, cut for the top of the fence. That's going to be our top. We're going to let our top overhang a little bit, as you guys saw in the video. If you're in snowy areas, keep snow, rain, everything else out. All right, so real quick, I'll show you what I did here with this as far as measuring wise. I used this whole thing. So you may end up with an 1/8 inch, depending on your saw curve thickness or whatever, but you know, it's no big deal. You know, it's just a box. So anyway, I broke this thing down. Like I said, it equals out minus like 1/4 inch for saw curve. So no big deal. So from the scallop top, that's going to be our top. It's going to overhang slightly over the rest of it. We're going to come down 18 inches, make a mark, 32 inches, make a mark, 46 inches, make a mark, and then 5 foot or 60 inches. We're going to make that mark. So that'll be our box sides, and then you're going to basically have a foot left. So cut that in half at 6 inches. And that'll be your 2 ends. So the thing will be 6 inches tall. Okay, pretty simple, straightforward. Like I said, this uses the whole thing. So now obviously I've got some power tools here to help me out. I've got a little brad nailer and a drill and a you know, a little circular saw, but you can, you know, you can use hand tools if you want. So anyway, I'll cut this real quick and then we'll assemble this because it's super easy. So like I said, just make those cuts. Okay, so now that we got our sides cut, pretty simple, straightforward, we can go ahead and assemble. Like I said, I'm gonna use a brad nailer just to help me out. This is cedar. You can use screws or nails or whatever. But yeah, no big deal. Just remember, you know, you've got 6-inch sides, so the bottom, put your side piece on top, and then that'll, you know, everything will work out right. So pretty simple, like I said. You know, you can knock these suckers out in just a matter of seconds here, really. So we'll go ahead and shoot this sucker on with some brad nails. So there's 3 sides of our box. Now we're going to take our end pieces here and just attach them like so. We'll just do that quick. All right, y'all, have you ever had one of these guys look up at you thinking to yourself, what are they actually seeing? You need to head over to the Camo Matrix. They have over 120 camo patterns that you can put in backgrounds all over the country, compare different camo patterns, and actually use their deer vision tool to see what the deer are seeing. Only thing like it online, completely unbiased format. Check them out. Camo Matrix. Okay, so there we have our straightforward, simple box. Now we want to drill a hole in it. Now you can do this a couple different ways. You can drill a hole in both sides, put screen in it in the back so where they can see the bait, or you can go ahead and just drill one hole. So we're just going to drill one hole on this side, this box here. Like I said, I'm going to use this is a 2.5-inch hole saw on a drill. If you don't have a hole saw, you can just take and trace around the size of the hole that you want, and then just take a smaller drill bit and drill a whole bunch of smaller holes. You know, it's not really that big of a deal if you don't have the hole saw. So we're gonna have, if you want to follow the same what I've got going here, if you measure down from the top, 2 3/4, that's the center of your hole there, and then obviously just find, you know, center of the board itself there. So. Okay, so there you have it. We got our hole drilled in the center. Like I said, I used a 2.5-inch hole. That's what I've used in the past whenever I've built them. You can use a smaller or larger hole. And then finally, all we got to do left now is just attach our lid, right? So we cut this a little longer, as you can see here, so where it gives a little bit of you know, coverage, if you will, you know, if you got snow build up. So what I've got here is just I've got just literally the cheapest hinge that I could find. If you don't want to use a hinge, you can obviously use, you know, wire or a swivel, or I've seen people just drive a nail in there and it swings or whatever. So a lot of options there, you know, depending on how you want to do it. I'm going to install this hinge, and then basically we're done. You can put whatever size trap. So square that up and put that hinge in there and we're good to go. All right, so there you have it. One Weasel box. You know, you can make this as fancy or as simple as you want. Like I said, this one here, you know, you can obviously put a rat trap is kind of the go-to for that. If you don't want to mess with the rat traps, you know, you can definitely just use a small, like, #1 coil spring. Honestly, you know, and I don't have a ton of experience with this, but just, you know, learning from others over the years, sometimes that coil spring and that long spring, it actually will mitigate some of your mice catching, you know, because it's, you know, you got a smaller pan and you can kind of almost set pan tension versus, you know, the rat trap, which you're almost always going to get the mice that come through. You know, you kind of got to clean those out before you can get to your weasels. So the trap in this instance, if you do go with, you know, like a number 1, is actually acting more like a body grip as opposed to a foothold. But, you know, there's definitely options, however you want to do it. I'm not going to say there's a right or wrong way. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys just how simple it is to make these boxes. You know, there is, you know, nothing to them. And, you know, quite honestly, whenever you're done with them at the end of the season, if you want to set them out in your yard and, you know, there you made a bird box basically. So, you know, you can use them all year round. But like I said, pretty simple, straightforward. I would suggest some sort of a latch system, wire or something here. If you're in an area that's got coons especially, you know, they're going to open this thing up and flip it open. So you kind of want to, you know, have that tied down to some degree. Like I said, a couple of screws and a piece of wire, or, you know, if you don't want to mess with that, just set a rock on it, because, you know, to be able to check this thing, you're going to be in and out of it all the time. All right, y'all, so there you have it. Pretty simple, straightforward. Did not take a lot of time to do this. And like I said, it's a fun little project you can do with your kids or grandkids or whatever, and, you know, super fun. So just simple, simple, easy weasel box or squirrel box, depending on, you know, your legalities and regulations in your state. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna sign off here. I want to take just a quick moment though and thank the sponsors of this giveaway: Spypoint game cameras, Mike Mancini, State Farm agent, Camo Matrix, and A&J skinning machines. And this is in no particular order, but, you know, these companies came together and made this giveaway possible this year. And, you know, this was quite an expensive endeavor to do. So really want to thank them. If you can support them in any way, definitely check them out. There'll be links down below. If you want to support this channel, the best way do that is getting some merch from us. We got some cool merch there. Like I said, we got t-shirts and hoodies, both with the logo on the front and the back. You can check that out at a link down. The link will be down below, below the sponsors of this video series as well. So anyway, hope you guys have been enjoying this video series. This was awful fun to make. I had a great time meeting new people too. So anyway, I'm signing off here. Go out, build you some weasel boxes, and go catch you some weasels. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. It was really cool to see that. So anyway, as always, appreciate the view. Till next time.